Mariners have a lot of core guys returning to injury soon, and this should make them even better than they already have been. 3 games over 500 for the first time all season, with a 6-1 homestand to start, with the Yankees rolling into town later today for another 3-game series. Guys like Dylan Moore, Penn Murphy, and Andres Munoz have been missing from the club while we've been hot in May, and it's just going to get better with them back. Sam Haggerty will see more time in AAA, get him rolling again, and maybe he'll come back later in the year and be a spark plug like he was last year. But Dylan Moore will be a more serviceable option for you than Sam Haggerty in that utility role, filling in wherever he may need to, because that's what Dylan Moore does very, very well. In the bullpen, it's obviously been a long time coming. Chris Flexen, he's no longer in the rotation. He's hardly seeing any legitimate innings out of the pen. He will be DFA'd more than likely come the time Penn Murphy or Andres Munoz are ready to come back. And although he's been pretty okay in most situations, 110 and Mariners meme legend 110 start times, it's probably going to be sent down to AAA or AA where he was originally at. It's just one of those things where you've got two guys in your bullpen coming back, two have to go down. Chris Flexen being DFA'd is inevitable, and 110 seems like the most disposable arm at this point, with Matt Brash kind of refiguring out what's going on with him. And that's my first big takeaway, is that we're playing really good ball right now, but the Mariners will be playing even better ball soon enough. And with the Mariners playing really good baseball right now, it's not just the pitching staff that has been lights out. A lot of key Mariners hitters are hitting their stride. The main one being Julio Rodriguez. A lot of people were ready to write him off earlier in the year. His batting average hit a bottom on May 9th at 204, and once again on May 21st, again at 204. Since May 21st, Julio's batting average has risen 38 points. It's currently sitting at 242, which is fourth best among qualified batters. Jose Caballero would be ahead of him, obviously. So situations like that always happen with sortable stats in baseball, but 38 points in a 7-day span is absolutely incredible. And it just goes to show that over the last 7 games, batting .467 can do a lot for your numbers. Julio is indefinitely back. And even with the slow start in 2023, there's no guy on the Mariners I would trust more than Julio Rodriguez to turn it on for the rest of the season and go out and win himself an MVP, just like Ichiro did in 2001, which is featured here on this dual bobblehead with Shohei Ohtani from his MVP season in 2021. Make sure to go check out Focal, link in the description down below. Use code Mariner Mojo 10 for 10% off your order. Julio, you knew he was going to bounce back. Not like he ever left, because we know guys are allowed to go through slumps in baseball. Look at Ty France. He's very up and down a lot of the times. Jared Kelenic, who had a great start to April, beginning of the season, he's cooled down a little bit, but they're still being productive in some key situations. Although Julio did strike out in the bottom of the 10th, it wasn't a great at-bat for him, but that was his worst at-bat, I'd say, of the entire homestand so far. So I'm not worried about Julio. His metrics, his, measurable stats in terms of exit velocity and barrels have all been in the red, top percentiles on StatCast for the majority of the year. Julio Rodriguez was never going anywhere because he's been at home in Seattle, just waiting to kind of break out of his shell. Hey, we're really close to 7,000 at the time of recording this, so please subscribe if you guys are new or just not subscribed right now and you enjoy the content. I really, really would appreciate it, and like the video too. And for my third and final takeaway, a Mariners legend seemingly is forming in the bullpen, and not the usual suspect, if you will. Sauce is all I gotta say. Taylor Saucedo has been electric out of the pen. He has been great. He's been one of those guys where bargain bin diving, the Mariners find another. They find another gem, a diamond in the rough, and the strikeout of Ke'Bryan Hayes in the Sunday finale of the Pirates series might be my favorite strikeout of the entire year. The balls to throw the pitch that he threw to Ke'Bryan Hayes low and out of the zone with the bases juiced. It's too much sauce. Is what I gotta say. So far in 2023, Saucedo's thrown 11 innings. He's made 12 appearances. He's got a .82 ERA with 14 strikeouts. Yeah, he's not being used a ton. He is one of those arms that won't see a lot of action unless the rest of the pen's kind of already been used, but he's working his way into being a more regularly used guy. And if I'm being honest, Taylor Saucedo, he's got the backing of lots of Mariners fandom. Mariners Twitter was blowing up after he got that strikeout. Everyone's screaming and shouting about how just you love the passion, and that's what a lot of the fans latch onto, is you want to see that passion. You want to see them get involved with the moment. When George Kirby struck out Jose Altuve in the ALDS in Game 3, and you don't see that emotion all the time out of Kirby. You don't see the emotion all the time out of certain guys. You're going to get it out of, you know, the usual guys like Luis Castillo with the fist and Paul Sewald at the end again. You know, but seeing Saucedo, a guy that, if you've ever heard his pronunciation guide on the Mariners website,
Taylor Saucedo.
it's kind of bland, but seeing the electricity that he brought on the mound with that strikeout, it's undeniable. He's working his way into the hearts of many fans. You know, 2-3 weeks ago, I would have said he's probably getting sent down when one of the guys like Munoz and Murphy comes back. The final takeaway from this homestand so far, Taylor Saucedo's not going anywhere. He's him. He's stolen my heart. Just like King Felix. Check out this video on the screen right now of a detailed look at, you know, the rise and fall of King Felix, our ace for the longest time. Thank you guys for watching this one, and go Mariners.